Welcome to ChessWhiz TV episode 391. I'm your host, The Wiz. Today we're going to play a cool starting position from one of our viewers. I have gotten so many good ideas, like multiple good ideas from different people who I don't even know about this show. And take a look at the calendar, by the way. If you're watching this live or right afterward on YouTube, go to chesswiz.tv/calendar, if you can spell it, very tricky, and you can see all of the episodes we have lined up. We have episodes for like a month planned out because there's so many good ideas. Today's is a start position that's shaped like a triangle, hence the name Triangle Chess. So let's not waste any more time. Let's mess up the screen and go get this start position. What just happened? Oh, how do I do this? I thought I had already done this. I wasn't planning to like delay the stream with a bit of a ChessWhiz confusion, but we're gonna do that. But the ChessWhiz confusion is now over, and this is the triangular start position. So we're gonna continue from here. If you are the lucky viewer in the chat, you're gonna get to play this with me, the venerable ChessWhiz. There's other ChessWhizes, but they're not venerable, so that's how I distinguish myself. So you can click that link in the chat right now. And you will be the lucky player. There's like a lot of cool people in the chat, and of course they all want to click it, but Eric is the clicker. Congratulations, Eric. That is the best click you've made today. He says nice. I'm gonna send him a winking face, which is one of my favorite faces because it has so many meanings. I mean, let me give you an example. I mean, it's rough to start off the episode right off the bat with a detailed example of embarrassing ChessWhiz, but you know, it happens a lot. So let's just get started. I was walking to school one day and a car drove by me and said, "Hey, your pants in your sock." Okay, maybe that wasn't the great story that I thought it would be, but that's actually the entire story. When I got up in the morning, it was an early class, let's say, and so in my hurry to prepare myself, I had put on my pants first, and then my socks, and my sock had engulfed my pant leg. Now I thought that was pretty okay because I'm nerdy extremely, so I was like, "Well, okay, my pants, but I guess I'll fix it." It sounds like you don't like that or something, but it turns out that people don't put their pants in their socks. That's not a thing you do. And so that's similar to winking faces because they're um, because I wanted to tell you that story. You know, maybe I should plan these episodes ahead of time a little bit more than zero. So that when I sit down, I'm like, okay, here's a random story and a random fact. They don't go together. I hope you enjoy. Yeah. Oh well. At least you can hear me. That's a nice start. Sometimes I start the stream muted and talk for a few minutes, um, and then someone tells me that in the chat. I think he's gonna, yeah, move around for a while. So I like this start position. I really like it. I'm enjoying attacking his things like this. So I can attack his things some more. There's a principle in chess that says whoever's the principal moves first. Oh, I spelled that wrong. Never mind. There's a principle in chess that says, I guess we'll trade queens. You should not move your queen right away all the time in chess. I mean, imagine that I'm the white player. I know it takes a lot of imagination here, but e4, queen h5. It's a fun opening because your queen's out here. It's like, la 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 la, I'm a queen. Watch out. And then your opponent plays g6 to attack the queen, right? After having played e5. So imagine black's played these moves and you've played these moves in chess. Okay, imagine I'm the white player. Keep imagining. So then all of a sudden, you can take this pawn with check and then take his rook. It's a great opening. Okay, so the reason it's bad is because your queen is constantly getting attacked. And look at that. I just hung my knight. Oh, he took my knight. Um, that I was trying to demonstrate attacking his queen. It did come at the cost of the knight, but aren't you glad I demonstrated that? I care about you so much. I would even sacrifice a knight for you. Now I wouldn't sacrifice a bishop. That would be too much, because I like bishops more. But a knight I could do. Is this knight going to be scary? No. He's adding me time. He probably feels bad that I'm blundering like this, but he's actually in big trouble because I can pin the knight there. I want to keep queens on the board. See how I'm thinking really hard? That's because I'm a thinker. I'm a person who thinks. And so obviously I have to do some thinking on the show, especially if I blunder my knight first. If I pin this, he's going to have so much... Ooh. Defend that. So much trouble. going to have 1,000 troubles. Pin the knight, and then I'll play here. Perfect square for my knight, attacking his knight. This is going to be my remaining knight. Well, let's put it this way. It's going to do the work of 2 knights. It kind of has to. I think I'll run Eric out of time, to be honest. I mean, I don't like the fact that he added me time, so I'm going to run him out of time. See how this goes. Oh, he's... I feel slightly like a huge jerk. And when I do this kind of thing, people post in the comments below the YouTube channel, and they're like, you're such a huge jerk. You're bigger than my house. And then they say, I'm never subscribing to you again, right after subscribing, because why would they subscribe twice? So I figure, well, if they subscribed, I should be a jerk more often. It turns out there's so many different kinds of people in the world that no matter how you are, there is somebody out there who enjoys you being that way. You just have to find them. It's much easier than actually changing yourself, because changing yourself is harder than finding one specific person in the world. Believe me, it's very hard. Because it's hard to reach down there. So I'll try to be at least as rude this game. What I'd love to do here is to make him take with a pawn and give him pawns that look like this, but I don't think I could do that. There's some interesting powers of bishops. I mean, if these bishops come out here, they're going to be interesting. So I'm going to start by pinning that knight. Look at that beautiful pin. Now when I take this, his knight is pinned. See that? It's great. I'd like to give some shout outs right now because it is consistent that certain people join the show live, and I just love the consistency of people because they're so pulpy. You know what I mean? You can really, especially when you put them in a blender and like, and the consistency is so good. So what I'm trying to say is, thank you to Aus for joining us on the show. You've been joining very consistently for the last couple of weeks after showing up out of the internet from nowhere, and I just love having you around. So thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. That's not what I meant. I see 3 pawns, all super weak. So this game's going much better than the last game. In fact, what I'm going to do right now is add him time. See what a gentleman I am? An entire minute of time. Just to make up for like the last game where he ran out. Right. Now that eases my guilt a little bit. Also, Program Fox and the Music Dan and Super Web, also known as Roundup, long-time viewers in the chat. I've been doing this stream for years, like 3.5 years. ChessWhiz TV is very old. And so some of my old friends are in the chat today, and that's kind of fun. Hey, look at that. This is so fun. He's pinned. Okay. Now attack pin pieces is the rule. This is actually a very, very useful principle in chess, not even triangle chess, but just chess in general. If you've got something pinned, you can just attack it a bunch, and sometimes that's really smart. Take with the king. And so memorize those 3 words, attack pinned pieces. That way, whenever you see a pinned piece, hopefully your brain will regurgitate those words, figuratively, and tell you to attack the pinned piece. Because, to be honest, it's a lot easier to punch somebody who's not moving around, and that's what attacking a pinned piece is like. The stream quality is poor today. Program Fox is now hosting me. I want to take this because I'm crazy. So I'm going to go for the VN Keto. I'm loving this start position. It's really, really cool. After this game, I'm going to throw another link out in the chat. So if you are watching and you're about to close the stream, because obviously, my time. Obviously, you wouldn't want to watch this stream for very long because it's very difficult to... free knight with this pin here. Oh, he moved it. I don't have much time on my clock. Let's do this. And then this. I guess I'll take that queen. Kind of risky not to. Oh, I'll check him. I can take his bishop, which doesn't help me at all. And now I've walked into a fork. I'm not guarding this pawn anymore. This isn't as good as it was. I think I made this position a lot worse, actually. Okay, I'm going to guard the pawn. It's really important to me that I keep this pawn, okay? And now, oh, this is pathetic because he's going to come down here. But I don't think he can really defend that. So I'll just take it later. I think I'm okay. Time pressure is a real thing. Don't let yourself get down on time. I never do that. If you watch my show, you're like, wow, ChessWhiz always has at least a minute on its clock. I'm being facetious. You know why I'm being facetious, though? Because it's the only word in the English language that has every vowel in order. A-E-I-O-U in the word facetious. So I had to be facetious just to share that interesting fact with you. I love Roundup's comment in the chat. First he's like, oh man, I'm so stupid. Oh no, I'm maximizing my stupidity right now. So if I move here, he'll take my rook for free. Well, what if I don't move there? And then I'll run out of time. Okay, I'll move there. Well, oh, it's illegal. Oh, I'm going to get this pawn, and that's going to make me feel better. So how we doing? I'm only down a knight. So I figure if I can trade 4 pawns for 4 pawns, then it's a draw. Because you can't checkmate with just a knight. That's nose-pickingly good. So I'm stepping it up a notch. Last game I only blundered a knight, but this game I've blundered a rook. Significantly larger. I guess they're the same size. I mean, they're both about the size of one square in that sense. I do think he can win, though. Here's what he could do, for example. He could trade his knight for one of my pawns. Does that sound smart? Well, it's really smart, because then he could use his extra pawn to promote to a queen. And then he could use the queen. He could move diagonally with the queen. You can't do that with a knight, see? So it's an upgrade. And then, yeah. Then he could checkmate me. I guess I'm going to lose. I'm going to do my best here to trade off all the pawns. It includes going into the far reaches of the chessboard. I have to go like this. You might think I'm stupid, but you're right. So let's think about something else. I don't want to lose this pawn. It's a very important pawn. Without it, this one will become a queen. Now, it's true that there's no way I can save my pawn, but let's not dwell on the negative side of this chessboard. If I go here and he takes my pawn, then I go here and he takes my other pawn, then I go here, then all I have to do is get back in time. Does that seem possible? No, so let's keep this pawn. Oh, I should have pushed it, I think. Because to be honest, I'm going to need advanced pawns so that I can promote them into queens. I think that's my only hope, is to get some extra queens in this game. Okay, so first we're going in here. I definitely like how he's kind of moving his knight in circles, which isn't legal, but if you keep working on it, then eventually you'll manage. Okay, so now I'm going to go get this pawn. Yeah, look at that, how that knight's just doing nothing quickly. So can I get this pawn now? No. I have to challenge his king, I think. If I move here and he comes this way, he's doing a couple things at once. Like he's probably eating a sandwich because this is boring. But he's also winning this pawn and trapping my king over here. He's doing a lot of things, right? So let's go this way. And then let's attack the knight. No, I'm still letting him do the things he was doing. Starting out down a knight really is rough, isn't it? Maybe he wants a draw. Not even Eric 02 could lose this game. Eric 002 might, though. Let's hope so. I think I lose. You know what? I wonder if I had a draw in that game. I'm going to resign. I don't want to think about this anymore. And the sooner I resign, the sooner I can forget, which is an interesting tactic. So in this position here, I could push my pawn like this. And then it's a waste of time. Okay, let's get out of here. Let's never think about this again. Hanging a rook. You know what's funny is I saw that fork and then I walked into it. Slightly more embarrassing that way. I'm going to throw another challenge in the chat. If you're watching on YouTube, what's going on? Oh, I need to click one more button. If you're watching on YouTube and you wish you could have played triangle chess with me, then that's really too bad. Alex is going to beat me this game because the last game I blundered a knight 2 times ago, and then the other one I blundered a rook. So this game, it's going to be my queen going down when I blink, and so it's going to be difficult for me. So let's send him a winking face with this hello. And I love the way these bishops move. Look at that. Look at that. This is the new strong opening for this O. Well, there is that, isn't there? Okay, I'm gonna play on one side of the board like this. I think there's no law against that. Okay. I'm being told in the chat that facetious is not the only word that has all the vowels in order. Abstemious is another. Abstemious? That's not a word. You made that up. The great thing about life is you can just say anything. Define abstemious. And even if it's false, you can still say it. That's actually not against the law to lie, which is a very strange rule. And I think I figured out why you're allowed to lie. It's because they can't very well punish it. There's two parts to laws. The first is, do we think it's wrong? And the second is, can we punish you for doing it? And punishing people for lying is really hard. And so that's why lying is allowed. So abstemious says it means not self-indulgent, especially when eating or drinking. Okay, so first I have to eat and drink, and then I can start being abstemious by not being self-indulgent. Man, this is complex. Okay, so like eating a little is being abstemious. But not nothing. You have to eat a little. There's a narrow band. It's like not abstemious, abstemious, not abstemious. Life is so complex. I wonder if I could castle by moving my queen onto my... Uh-oh. Let's do this. Yeah, everything's totally defended. That's defended. That's defended. And I'm not moving this now, though, because then I've got this problem down here. See that? Do you see it now? Got that problem. Aus XH says that white has an unfair advantage in this game. I disagree, of course. He's just saying that because it's legal. Let's go this way. I love the way that this pawn isn't guarded. He has doubled pawns. Of course, they are center. Oh, perfect move. Yes, yes. The revenge of the fork. The only problem is my opponent is not the same opponent. I really wanted to Eric fork in the fork. I really wanted to fork Eric. Instead, I'm forking this random guy. But that's the way life is, you know. You get up there in life and, oh, you lost your job. That is so terrible. So you go home and you scream at the people who live with you. And, hey, they actually weren't the ones that fired you. But that's the way life works. I would actually recommend trying to direct pain in the right direction as opposed to just outward generally. People who do that, just like generally outwardness pain, they're not a lot of fun. So if you want to be more fun, you could try that. But I guess I should take my own lesson here and not just fork some random stranger who I'm playing chess with. And instead, I should direct my fork toward the person who forked me. But you do what you can do. I'm not even playing that Eric guy anymore. I'm now just playing someone else. So it's a good life principle, though. Don't punch random people. I should probably write that down. It's actually against the law to punch random people because they can catch you. Unlike lying, where they're like, I thought that seems true. Probably the entire news conglomerate is lying to us, and what you're saying is true, probably. That's true news, what you're sharing. Yeah, I'm not entirely convinced of that, but let's see if we can blunder this bishop by taking this pawn. It's not a blunder, because then I can take this pawn, and then I can take this knight, and then maybe this king. I'm ahead of rook, I think. Trades are okay when you're ahead of rook, right? Now I want to trade queens. Definitely have to think about this. If I don't think enough, then I will be ahead of rook for longer. Because I do think that the result of proper thinking will be a shorter chess game. I can't play that? That's disappointing. That is weird. I'll just go one square. It's safer that way. And then I'll go here, and then I'll go here, then I'll go here, then I'll go here, then I'll go something else. This is working. My plan is a slow advance. Please get some upload bandwidth, says Spud Crawley. I'm doing it, Spud. I'm doing it. It's going to be shortly. I'm going to get some upload bandwidth. Actually, I did get a device that gives me great upload bandwidth. My face becomes multiple pixels, so you can tell if I'm smiling or frowning. It's so nice. There we go. There we go. There's the trade. But it has a limited amount of bandwidth per month, and I'm doing a huge stream later on in November. It's going to be a huge stream. Thousands of people watching. I'm actually not kidding, which is super weird because usually I just kid. So I'm going to pick a new opponent, Ox, but if you click quick, you can play me again. So that'll be our little deal. Oops. I did click play with the machine. So if you're a machine, you can play with me again, which I have been occasionally accused of being a machine. So that might work. There we go. Quick clickers, get the next game. Good game. I liked that game, especially when I got that fork going. Oh, it's Eric again. No. Okay, so what I need to do is fork Eric. Eric, can you help me with this? Like, put your rooks in a knighty sort of way so that I can fork them with my knight. That would be perfect justice right there. This is the way I'm starting the game. Now, I want to put a lot of pressure on this. So where do I put my other knight? Here? Look at that pin. It's so good. Here, and then here. Oh, it's not pinned anymore. Yeah, B4. B4 is a great move. B4, B5. I think this is aggressive. Well, it is. It's not very smart. I actually looked at the stockfish evaluation of this start position just to make sure that it's somewhat fair. Man, my bishop. What if I take this and he takes my bishop, and then I take this and then he checks me, forking my rook? That would be very much like Eric, wouldn't it? There was also this pawn. There is still that pawn. Now I'm just embarrassed. Eric beating me again. What is this? Episode 391, and it's the first time I've ever been embarrassed. Trust me. That's what I like about lying. So legal. Let's see. You really can't. The Music Dance submitted a patch to fix the fact that you cannot move your pawn twice in one move. I'm so glad he didn't take this. To celebrate, I'll move it while it's still alive. He says, what is this whole conversation? Let's see. You can't move your pawn 2 squares from the first rank, but you can in horde chess. We specifically, and by we I actually mean me personally, specifically fixed horde chess by saying we should do that, and then other people did the work. Hey, come on, I can still take credit. Knight here, maybe? He will trade queens, and then I will lose my knight when this happens. Yeah, that's not good. This, he trades queens, and I'll lose my... Oh, this is so boring. Maybe knight here, offering a trade. Yeah. Yeah, because I'm going to fork him. Don't tell Eric. Justice is on the way, Eric. Let's see. Back to the conversation. I have 9 seconds. You can move your pawn 2 squares from the first position in horde, but not in custom positions. And so I have 8 seconds. Hold on. Move there. Now he's got 2 problems. I'm beating Eric with a justice fork. This is great. Oh, do you hear that sound? The sound of fingers clacking. Bet you never heard that before. 9 seconds. Oh, what did he just do? I have to fork him a different way. Look at that! Eric in the fork! Yes! 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 I love justice when it's me doing it to other people. Got his bishop. Now, I didn't quite fork a rook, but I forked a bishop. So I feel that that's sufficient pain for him. I don't have to fork him more, but just, for good measure, maybe I should fork him again. Maybe I should add him some time now. I'm just feeling so generous. Yeah, here's some time, Eric. Here you go. Here's 30 seconds. That's going to be 30 seconds where you wish you weren't playing chess with me. King, I guess. I want to make sure I don't, lose. So I could play the knight. No, I'm stuck. This way, I guess. And then, I wanted to play bishop here. I mean, it's a good score for that. Oh, no, I'm going to get stuck again. Oh, my clock. I'm out of time. No. The beauty of this is that this game was full of justice, 110%. Not only did I fork Eric, but then I ran out of time in a very similar fashion to how our first opponent ran out of time. So what I did to him has now been done to me. Now, it was by a different person, but that's perfect justice right there, which is good because the universe doesn't have enough of that. I've been watching the universe for a while to figure out how it works, and what I've noticed is that random things happen to random people, and it's not very fair. So the whole concept of karma, like what goes around comes around, like right here where it's like I ran him out of time and then I ran out of time, it's not reliable. That's my conclusion. Our final opponent is the flying Roundup. So the Music Dan fixed the problem where the pawn could move 2 squares, and he submitted the code that fixed the problem to the website, and then it was rejected. It was rejected by the code rejectors, and so we're still stuck with this old code. Let's tell him hi. Where's my winking face? There it is. I have to send him a one-eyed alien here because I feel like it. Let's start with bishop a4. I've been getting pretty bad positions this way, but just like most humans, I'll continue to make the same mistake while getting a bad result. I wonder why they do that. It probably has something to do with emotions. Emotions are so weird. It turns out most people use their emotions way more than they realize, even people like us who are super nerdy. Oh, I started off with an illegal move. This would be so good, though. I want to make this an illegal move. Maybe I'll just move it 1 square. No, I think I should push like this. Don't run out of time, ChessWhiz. Keep an eye on that clock. I think it has to do with emotions. What I've learned in the last week, I've learned even more about emotions than I usually learn. What I already knew, I guess I'll play here. What I already knew about emotions is that is that they drive what everybody does. Like if you're like, why did you do that? Then they might say something like, well, I was thinking it was a good idea, but actually I was feeling it was a good idea. And that's what I've learned. So that's been useful to learn. But what I realized recently was that even logically driven activities like chess are driven by emotions. Here's how. You would not think that you play chess with your emotions. I mean, that would just be a totally crazy concept. But I play chess with your emotions. Is he really going to untangle himself? I was really looking forward to trapping his rook. I'll go here, and then I'll go here, and then see, he's still pinned. So then I can go here. Let's make this one green. Here. And then I can trap his rook. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's 2 moves away, but Rondep's holding still. Ooh. You can castle. You can castle. What in the world, man? Suddenly he fixes his castling position? What in the world? Oh, and I'm moving up everything in front of this. This is not good. You are crazy. You are totally crazy. So I haven't gotten to what I've learned. What I've learned is people actually play chess with their emotions. I guess I did say that, but the revelation is that here's how I do that. I think about a move, but no, I feel about a move. Admit to yourself whether you do this too. You just do this too. What you do is you think about a move by feeling about it. Oh, I just got forked. I feel bad about that. You consider, how can I not get forked here? This is not going well at all. It's going badly. Maybe this helps. Ah, ah. I'm still alive. He had some pretty good moves that he didn't play, so that's good. Oh, I'm forked. Oh, I'm skewered now. It's different. At least I'm dying in a different way. Ah, what you do is you consider a move and then you consider how that makes you feel. Am I not telling you the most revelatory truth that you have received all day or all night in some cases? Of course he has to fork me. He's like, I could take a rook, but why don't I just fork you? It's pointless, Rondep. Why do you fork me like this? I'll just leave it forked. I mean, my king's over here and his king's over here, so I should checkmate him. Oh, wait, he should checkmate me. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Well, at least it's funny for you guys. I don't have any moves I can make. Oh, he adds me time. No, I hate it. No, no. I just wanted to run out of time. Look at this. Oh, my pawn is guarding it. Oh, thank you, Rondep. Thanks for the time. My pawn. Did you ever consider that a G1 pawn can guard H2? I had never thought of that in my life. Like, why would my G1 card, whatever that is, card, want to guard H2? It would never want to. But suddenly, it's a critical guarding that's happening right now. That's wonderful. I'm such a good chess player. Yeah, check. And then he has to block this communication and then check. Oh, let's add him some time in celebration. Here you go, Roundup. Now we're even. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't even feel forked anymore. Maybe I should have saved this. No, this thread is so good. Yeah, so he throws in the intermezzo of free rook. It's a pretty good one. Oh, now he checks me, but that's a great danger to him. My pawn. Oh, boy. What is happening? No, I think this is going to be pretty bad, actually. Hmm. That was a complex position and worthy of more thought. I'm still alive. I'm still alive. Yes. Maybe he proposes a take back. No. Yes, he proposes a take back so that I can take his queen for free, right? That's what he meant to do. Oh, I thought he meant to take me off of my thing, but no, he meant to just like give me a take back. Thank you. I'll fork you in exchange. This has been a weird game. I think it was a mouse slip and he meant to take me on c3, which I would conclude was a better move. So probably his mouse button got a little weak as he got closer to c3, and finally it gave way on the c4 square. By the way, did you see my mouse? Look at that. Pretty cray. Finally, it gave way in a critical moment just before it reached its destination. Roundup's still going to beat me because all I did was fork one rook. And with Roundup, you better fork a couple rooks. Otherwise, you're going to be in trouble. One is not enough. See how he's preparing to beat me? He's arranging his remaining pieces. You would think he could not checkmate. It's like, lifting an entire with one finger. But Roundup, with just like these random smattering of army units, can easily checkmate a guy like me. His rating is in the thousands. Hey, maybe I'll win. He always makes you feel that way. Just before you lose. Am I down a knight? I should watch the board more often. Look at that. I'm down a knight. How did that happen? I was doing so good. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The best place for a rook is behind a passed pawn. Interesting thing about this, see that's behind, is that it's true no matter whose passed pawn it is. If it's the enemy's passed pawn, we'll just for now consider Roundup as an enemy. He kind of is. Then you should put the rook behind it so that, the queen square is far away from it. If it's your passed pawn, same dealio. You should put the rook behind it, behind your own. And that's an interesting juxtaposition. I forked myself, and the final element of justice has reached us. I have just walked into a fork, and I am now defeated. Roundup, I think that was a mouse slip over here. Will you admit? Whoops, I just clicked thank you. That was a terrible mistake. Did you mean queen takes c3 question mark? He says bye. He's like in such a hurry. Roundup, come back. I wanted to know. I'm scrolling over to the position. Wouldn't taking c3 have been so much better here than just offering a trade? No, you just hung your queen. D. D. He's still good. He just uses like single letters to communicate. And if you don't know what he means, that's your fault. Roundup is amazing. So if I take this pawn and I'm Roundup, I would think I'd just be doing so well because all of a sudden, uh, I just think it's a lot better. He says he wanted to trade queens. Well, that makes sense. Okay. I just don't think my queen can do anything. I can't check you here. I can't check you here. I can't check you here or here. I mean, I can't even check you. I can't check you here. I can't check you here. I can't check you here. There are no checks that make sense for me. So, yeah, that's chess for you. Well, I enjoyed the games. I enjoyed all the games. Next episode, as I said, everything's planned out. It's going to be so good. We're going to play some squatter chess. I am so looking forward to squatter chess, so stick around for that. We broadcast live every Sunday at 4 p.m. GMT. The next one's 4 p.m. GMT because of daylight savings, because I'm in the United States. So you might have to watch out for that. But if you go to the website, chesswiz.tv/calendar, it shows your local time zone. That's a cool feature. It took me so long to get that right. It was like 4 minutes. So I did that for you. So I hope you enjoy. This has been ChessWhiz TV. Thanks for watching.